So, Infinity Ward, the development company that brought us into Call of Duty and what basically got Call of Duty started to what it is today. Could they be the ones that take us back? Could they be the ones that destroy Call of Duty for us? Hey, what is up, guys? This is Bo, or Carl Hunga 712. Today I'm bringing you some old gameplay here. Black Ops 1, I'm hanging out in Havana, and God, how have I missed? How I've missed Black Ops 1, and how I've missed Bare Bones, my favorite game mode. Don't have to worry about those guys camping corners for kill streaks, because there are no kill streaks. There are no perks, there are no attachments on your guns. It's just your gun, a couple of grenades, and pure skill. God, how I miss this game mode. But anyways, I think you guys will enjoy the gameplay in the background. I dropped just about 30 kills here on little Havana, hanging out with old Fidel Castro here like the president is. So I think you guys will really like the gameplay in the background. But if you guys live under a rock or haven't been on Call of Duty the last few days, you'll know that it's finally been leaked. Something that Biblical Reaper has been talking about for some time, that the next Call of Duty will be space-oriented. It's going to be quite a ways into the future. Now, of course, everything up to this point has been pretty, has been leaked information. Nothing's been confirmed, and it still hasn't been confirmed 100%. But the guy who basically leaked Black Ops 3 and was right 120%, his name's Shinobi. I believe it's, Shinobi 602. He's a pretty reputable guy in the Call of Duty, or in the gaming, the gaming industry. Anyways, over on PlayStation Lifestyle, and I will link it in the description for you guys to read. A couple of guys were going back and forth talking about Ghost and the future of Call of Duty. Anyways, Eggbach asked, wasn't Ghost already sort of futuristic, though? Not the level of Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare, but still there. And Shinobi replies, this makes Black Ops 3 feel like the Stone Age, metaphorically, of course. Another guy, El Chino, asked, are we talking Battlefield 2142 style? Shinobi replies, with the very far future, space combat, full-on sci-fi. So basically, everything that I did not want to see in the next Call of Duty, it appears to be coming true. It appears that we will be going even further into the future. Now, what scares me the most about this is that, of course, Shinobi says basically that Black Ops 3, which was the furthest into the future, was actually even further into the future than Advanced Warfare was. Supposedly, the next Call of Duty made by Infinity Ward is going to make this game look like it's in the Stone Age. So I'm thinking to myself, how in the hell can you go even further? How can you make this even more futuristic? And then he adds on to this that, think sci-fi, complete sci-fi. Now, whenever you get on Twitter, I don't know if you guys follow anybody on Twitter or you check it out anyways, but there's always polls up, and of course they're not scientific polls, and you always got to take things into consideration. Maybe us boots on the ground old bastards, or maybe we're the vocal ones in the community, and those who want the futuristic Call of Duties really aren't. But every time I see a poll up, it states, hey, we don't want future bullshit anymore. Advanced Warfare was enough. Actually for me, Black Ops 2 was the perfect game. It was 2025. It was the near future. Everything was realistic. You were using real weapons. Basically, everything in that game you could predict, or you could see being in the military, in the near future. Now, with Infinity Ward, they've been struggling, the last couple of Call of Duties. Now, I liked MW3 and I liked Ghost. They had their problems. They had their pluses. They had their minuses. MW3 had some, the net code was a little funky in that game. It seemed like the, players who lagged always had the advantage over you. And then of course Ghost came out, and you had the melty, really, really flawless hit detection and net code, but you had large maps and slow gameplay. So, of course, people were frustrated with those last two Call of Duties. Like I said, I loved Ghost. Ghost was probably in my top 3 or 4 Call of Duties. I really enjoyed Ghost. It was kind of where I started my competitive career, even though, I played in a lot of competitive Black Ops 2 tournaments. When Ghost was the mainstay Call of Duty on stage, that's really when I first got into the competitive scene. So, of course, I'll always hold that kind of near and dear to the heart, Call of Duty Ghost. But Infinity Ward's basically struck out the last 2 games. Okay, and what basically everybody's hoping for is that Infinity Ward gets back to their roots. They get back to the MW2, MW1 days. Now, if they're going sci-fi, I mean, I'm one of the people that I don't jump to conclusions. You know, you gotta play the game. You gotta see how it plays, how it handles. But if it's sci-fi and completely even further into the future, I don't understand. You know, why the developers are basically doing the complete opposite of what pretty much everybody wants. You know, to be honest with you, if you go any more into the future, I'm gonna rip my hair out of my head. You know, I really don't know if I can do another future Call of Duty. So Black Ops 3 may be the last Call of Duty I end up playing. But of course, we'll see. You know, you never know. I always post older Call of Duty stuff, but like I said, I'd like to hear your guys' opinion on this. You know, do you agree with me? Do you think it's going to be all right going further into the future? And like I said, you know, we don't know yet. We don't know yet the movement system. We don't know what the maps are going to be like. But you know, full-on sci-fi futuristic bullshit going from planet to planet. Maybe of course, we don't know what the maps are going to be yet. We still got to find that out. But you know, so far from the leak, and like I said, it's leaked from Shinobi. Shinobi's probably the most reputable guy. You know, he has a flawless reputation. Like I said, he leaked everything from Black Ops 3, and it was absolutely 120% spot on. So if he says this is what it's going to be, this is what it's going to be. Of course, it's still not confirmed by Activision or Infinity Ward. So, like I said, you can always have that slim bit of hope that, oh well, maybe it's just the campaign and not multiplayer. But if Shinobi says that's what it's going to be, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's 99.9% confirmed that the next Call of Duty is going to be completely sci-fi, futuristic space garbage. And like I said, to me that just sounds like complete and total cancer. But you know, like I said, I don't jump to conclusions. But anyways, I don't know. I don't know what to think. Like I said, I'd like to know what you guys have to say. One thing I will say to add on right before this video ends, because we'll be closing shop here pretty quick as we dominate this team pretty badly. There was a leak, and this one here was not confirmed by Shinobi or anybody else, but there was a leak that possibly if you pre-order the new Call of Duty, whatever it is, Genesis, Black Ops, or not Black Ops, if it's Genesis, if it's Ghost 2, if it's, you know, whatever, Bloodlines, that you will get MW1 and MW2 as a DLC, possibly as a crossover DLC. So maybe the game will be worth buying for those older games. We'll have to check that out when the time comes. Of course, none of that's been confirmed yet. So I could see them throwing those two things out there, and I could see a lot of people not playing the new game, Genesis, Bloodlines, whatever it is, and actually just sticking with MW1, MW2 if that tends to be the case. But anyways, I just wanted to bring that to you guys. I would have leaked it a little earlier for you this morning, but of course I work a 40-hour-a-week job, and I'm studying to go to law school, so like I said, I don't have a ton of time during the daytime, so I try to fit everything in at night. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'd like to hear in the comment section what you guys have to say about the next Call of Duty, but we'll see you next video, and Bo out.